All right. All right. Good evening, everyone. We're welcoming you to another exciting episode of our Green Sticks webinar. So, with me online here is Abraham. Abraham, please, can you hear me? Hello, Abraham.
Okay. Hello, good
We are
evening.
live.
Please
We are
confirm that
live.
you
We
can
are
hear
live. I
me.
can hear you. Please turn on your microphone, your video.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good good evening, Miss
Please,
Royalty.
can you be a bit
Welcome
louder?
to this site. It's wonderful having you with us.
Okay, Abraham, if you are ready, please read out the guest bio for us.
Okay. Good.
All right, everyone. So sorry for the hitch in communication. So if you can hear me, please let me know. If you can hear me, please let me know on the comments in the chat. All right. So we're having another Green Six webinar today, and we have someone amazing. All right, we have someone amazing with us today in the studio. Um, her name, her name is Royalty. Let me bring her up stage. Uh, Hello, Royalty. You can turn on your camera so that we can see you. I want to. I
Hi
think. Okay.
guys.
Hi. Please.
Sorry.
I really want to apologize for the heat that we are having today. You look amazing. How you
I mean,
doing?
I'm good. First off, apology isn't really necessary. We are all in Nigeria, and being one who works in the digital space, we tend to,
Okay.
this is more like something you tend to experience every now and then. I just hope the viewers can understand. It's
All
totally
right. All right. So we're like 18 minutes behind schedule. All right. So let me be reading your profile. So we are going to be meeting our speaker right now. Her name is Mirabelle Royalty. She is results driven, or should I say, she's a result driven product designer and tech professional, passionate about building impactful digital products and mentoring emerging tech talents. All right. So, with experience in SaaS, which means software as a service, fintech, and AI powered solutions, she leads cross functional teams to deliver user centric products that drive business growth. At Selzo and Paid Money, she focuses on enhancing user experience, boosting retention, and ensuring compliance. Her career spans roles from technical support to product strategy, with a consistent focus on solving real world problems through tech. Beyond product work, she is committed to building communities, having led master classes and mentored over 21 professionals transitioning into tech. In 2024, she co-developed a digital platform for Ebonyi Insured Health, connecting rural communities to affordable care. Whether speaking, mentoring, or leading, Mirabel brings clarity, energy, and purpose to every space she steps in. Please, with a rounding applause and ovation, let's welcome
Oh my
Royalty.
God. Do we ever get this? No. Thank you
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much, Queen Six. I mean, thank you. That was amazing. Because we're already far
Okay.
behind time, please can my screen come up?
Yeah, yeah. Let me do that.
Okay, so because we're already far behind
So
time,
I'll be
I
going
would
backstage. I'll be going backstage now.
okay.
All right.
Hi, my people. As already explained or introduced, I'm a product manager in career. I am a tech professional. Before I got into the full-time product space, I used to also be a digital marketer. So I am one of the persons that believe that success and business success is not tailored to a particular stream of people. See, there's no extraordinary person that was birthed from, from birth really, but people were extraordinary is created, extraordinary is built upon. And thanks to Green Sex, we'll be having one of those extraordinary building moments with this session. So we all know that the topic for this session is building vision and execution. Bridging vision and execution, positioning your business for digital success. We all already know that we are in that time and it's not going back. There is no, or can we go back to the way things were? Things are only going to keep evolving from here. And you would be amazed to know that there are still people out here that don't know that there is tech in existence or even what it is, right? Yet we still use it in our minimal ways every now and then. But you can maximize this thing, right? So I'm going to be switching to my um, slides now. So for whatever reason, I don't know if you'd still be able to see me, but okay, we're just going to get into it. Introductions already been done, so let's talk business in digital age.
Yeah, we can
So
still
I don't know
see
if
you.
we're all able to comment, but oh, okay,
We can
thank
still
you.
see you.
So I would
Yeah.
like, thank you very much. I would like us to comment. How many of us have a big vision for our business? So you see, it's easy to dream, right? It's easy to have an idea. It's easy to conceptualize an image in your head. But the problem oftentimes is executing. So people tend to have an idea or a vision for a business, but they struggle with executing. And please, I'm not leaving myself out because in this series, you would learn something about me too, because I've been there too. I had an idea one certain time, but it took me a while to actually execute. But we'll get to that, right? So, like I already stated at the beginning, tech is already here to stay. It's not something that is going to go away, right? And Nigeria is fortunate enough to have some of the building towers within her ecospace, right? So I have here, statistically speaking, there are over 100 million plus internet users in Nigeria. There are 50% plus smartphone penetration rates in Nigeria. There are over $2 billion plus e-commerce market value in Nigeria. This is just a statistics for Nigeria. Something like Paystack, Flutterwave, Jumia, Amazon, these are e-commerce, Gigi. These are e-commerce markets spaces, Facebook marketplace that already exist and a lot of us are familiar with in Nigeria. We're living in a time where access to the internet is no longer a problem. So, I mean, I'm sure in the year 2012, or let's say in the year 2000, maybe people will not be able to sell their product to people that live as far off as in the UK, as easy as they're able to do that today. I mean, with just one Instagram post, with just one TikTok video, it could even be it could be so comedy driven, but yet sell you over, let's say, 100 plus of your products to foreign based individual. That's where I say that access is no longer a problem. Executing is. With over 100 million internet users in Nigeria and platforms like you have tools our parents didn't have, and question is, will you use them or wait until competition leaves you behind? What is the gap? Let's be real, right? We all have ideas, but why do some people succeed while others remain stuck? So with us here, I'm going to share my story, right? I have here written, because idea and our dream, execution and work. I mean, since we are Nigerian, let's bring it home, right? Most people fail not because they lack the money, but they fail because they don't know how to start small, they don't know how to stay consistent, and they don't know how to use a system. How do you bridge the gap in the tech time, in this age where technology is, revolutionizing things and getting work done? You must have these three things to even begin. You must be willing to start small. You must be willing to stay consistent. So it's one thing to start, it's another thing to continue. And then there's another thing about building a system, right? So here I'm going to be introducing us to something called VEST, VEST. If you have your book or paper, please write it out and I'll be explaining this detailedly. While I get to that, I'm going to share with you guys how I launched my first product. So something that wasn't included in my intro is I'm also a founder. I own PMC, which is currently digital, but in the long term, it will be more or less physical, it will be more physical than digital. However, we had our first cohort of students in, I think, the month of April. But before this year, PMC was just an idea. I had PMC as of, I think, last year, towards the end of the year or so, yes. And then imagine when I'm executing it. An idea I had like in December 2024. I got to executing it in maybe say April 2025, the gap. And in that time, I can tell you that there are lots of competitors to my product, because obviously I'm not the only one doing it, but I know why or how unique I am in doing it that makes me stand out, right? Execution. It's not about having an idea. Nobody's going to pay you money for an idea that you have. I mean, even if somebody's going to pay you money for the idea that you have, you need to know how to leverage tech. I mean, you can have an idea. You can open your phone camera and record about that idea and post it on TikTok. TikTok is a technology. And yes, you could instantly find maybe some interested founder out there for you. It happens. But what is really the likelihood of that reality? I mean, let's be honest. If we're to give it on a scale of 10, it's probably going to be 3. It's honestly going to be 3. Not because it's not possible, but there are systems that need to go in place to attain that. Okay? Because I'm not here to sell you false ideas. I'm not even here to sell you anything. I'm actually here to just educate you. Okay? So VEST, remember that, right? So we're bridging the gap with VEST. Every business must wear a vest. I mean, we know vest as, I remember when we were kids and we would call singlets vest. I think for guys mainly, they'd be like, especially if you grow up. I didn't grow up in those places, but I'm well read. So I read a lot of books at the time. And then pidgin language, they'll call singlet vest, right? So you can relate. So every business must wear one of those. But what is vest? Vest is vision, execution, system, and technology. VEST. For the vision, you need to know your why and think globally while starting locally. It's a lot, but Let's take it one at a time, right? So I always tell people that beyond business, real life, you need to always have a why to have longitude in anything. So why did it take me so long to execute the idea that I have? I had the resources, I had the support, and I had the value to give. But I didn't have a why at the time, as of last year. You know, when I shared the idea with my mentor said, "Oh, sure, go ahead with it." As of last year, he was like, "Yeah, sure, you can do it. You're already equipped and all of that." Well, I struggled. I had a lot of resistance because it wasn't just about earning money. Because nowadays, one of the easiest ways to passively earning income is by selling your knowledge, right? And there's nothing wrong with that, please. It's amazing thing that you can do for yourself. Be knowledgeable enough to sell it. But at the time, for me, life is beyond just earning something, you know. It's beyond the 10,000 or 5,000 you're going to be selling that cost for. But over time, what became my why is about impact. So I'm so driven by, like it was said in my bio, I've even before now, when I was still a student, I was conducting coaching, mentorship, digital programs. Because for me, it's about, if you leave a trail in the life of another person, it will never end because that person is probably going to leave the same trail into another person. And that's how you get longitude. Now, I know that there are so many people out there who I know would get to the top. And when they get to the top, by some grace, by the grace of God, I would be in their storyline because of impact. However they started their journey, maybe they started it with one of my courses or one of my coaching sessions, and that was what opened the door for them. Hell, it could even be you. It could be anyone watching now. That's how you started because you came for this webinar and because you learned something. So for me, that was my why. That became my why, and that was what kept me even during days when I was tired and I didn't feel. And this will take us to our next point, which is execution. So execution, which is E, is move from talk to tax with discipline and structure. It might look glamorous out there to just do something or make it look like, oh, doing the kind of work we do or working with tech or being, a business owner who sells or has like 1,000 plus community people is done with ease. Maybe it might look, people might make it look simple or make it look stressless, but truly it's not. There are taxes to do, and these people must have surmounted an amount of discipline, and they have a structure in place that allows them or allows their business to run seamlessly. No business can run successfully without structure, and no person can run a business successfully without discipline. So if you understand that, you see how these two things are key ingredients. Okay, and this will take us to our next point for VEST, which is S, which is system. Build simple, repeatable processes that work for you. I need you to take this out of anything else that you hear today. It's something that works for you. A lot of people we are a lot on this internet that have opinions or that have, and there's nothing wrong with sharing again, but it doesn't mean that what worked for me would work for you. Like say that because I took a longer time, which is from the month of December to the month of April to actually execute my first product, doesn't mean that if you do that when you come into the market to favor you. So it must be something that works for you. So you must have to know these things, you must write these things out and take a personal time, sit down and create your structures, create your systems. Because if you say you want to copy what some other person has done, it would weary you as time goes on. Okay. And that's the next thing, which is what is, anchoring this webinar today is technology. Use what's available to you no matter your industry. Oftentimes I've been asked how I merge everything I do because beyond product, beyond tech, I'm also a self-life growth strategist. I love that because like I shared earlier, for me it's beyond, what you earn and all of that, but it's about impact. And the quickest way to leave impact is through people. So people tend to ask, funny enough, it all streams together. I mean, for me, I could do it seamlessly because I'm always using tools that are, within rich within my knowledge and within what I can actually lay my hands on, right? So vision, let's just now speak a bit more broader on vision, right? And like I said, think globally, start locally. Stop waiting for somebody to give you how much now? How much is it to start a business? Say you wanted to start a provision business. I don't know anything about provision business, but if you wanted to start a physical business, okay, now let's now use a digital business, right? If you wanted to start a digital product business, standardly, maybe you might need maybe 1 million naira. Why? Because you're going to employ paid technologies, right? So if you're thinking, okay, I'm going to wait till I have 1 million naira before I start that business, my dear, by the time you're going to start that business, every other person would have probably bought their own first houses or something. Basically, what I mean is, if you wait till you have it all together before you actually start, you would never start. Right now, some of the devices or applications that I use for my services and products are unpaid, but I still use them seamlessly. You still see a lot of people using CapCut free version, even if CapCut has completely removed a lot of stuff from it and want everybody to migrate to the pro, but there's still people that are using it. And it doesn't mean that when you start your business in the first month, you take your money and start buying apps. No, you're supposed to still have a lot of money in the company's account to last at least 3 months before you can start doing, especially if it's digital, before you can start, except you really, really need that application. And it can take you one at a time. So think globally or start locally. Okay. How do you think globally? Many of us dream big, and that's okay. But if you don't tie that vision to purpose and action, you remain stuck. Take this example. A local shoemaker using Instagram Reels now ships to Kenya and the UK. Why? He understood who he was serving and showed up online. Vision follows direction. I use the most minimal example because I think at the time, before the digital age, shoemakers were just seen as shoemakers. They weren't seen as much, right? I mean, if you told someone you made shoes, like you're a shoemaker, they'll look at you with, is everything okay? But now we see it on our Instagram. I think I even know someone personally that makes shoes and she pays her school fees and literally affords the life that she lives because of the advantage of technology with Instagram. You can now find creative ways to, make your product look good. And people as far as in Kenya, South Africa, UK, people around the world, worlds and countries that you've not gone to are requesting for your product because you know how to think globally, even if you were starting locally. So stop waiting for it to look so perfect and pretty and packaged. A lot of people are rebranding even as the brand already exists. Start where you can. As you go, as you grow, as it becomes, you can now start making it, fit and tune to the status of the company as things go. Okay. The next thing we have here is execution, discipline over motivation. I think I have like one of my live talks I have on my Instagram page where I'm like, a lot of us like motivation. We can we can listen to like 10 motivations in a day in 24 hours and do literally nothing. So how did the motivation help you? So motivations are, I would say that motivations catch up with actions rather than, push up actions. What I mean is, if you're doing something and maybe somebody now encourages you along the, don't worry, just keep pushing it, you'll get to the finish line. Doesn't that make you feel like, oh, okay, yes, I'm seen and I can keep going because one person encouraged me? Then you just stay at a spot waiting for somebody to come and tell you that, okay, push it, push it. When you look at where you are to the ending, you feel so discouraged. That's why discipline goes over motivation. You need to build. So I tell people that, see, running a business is, most times we hear work-life balance. I, in my opinion, as would like to say that it doesn't exist, right? There's no such thing as work-life balance. Your work should sink into your life and you should find a balance, merging both of them. Because why did I say that? If you don't have discipline as a human being, as an entity, you will not be able to run anything. You will not be able to work anywhere. So how do you separate that trait, which is now in coach your life, from your business? So most of the times, it's really non-existent, the whole work-life balance thing, because you need the person you are to run the business you run. We would learn in some other slide how you are your business. You as a person are first the brand of your business, right? So I have here something that says execution is not about working hard once, it's about building habit. Setting daily goals, tracking progress, and staying accountable instead of waiting to feel motivated. Put structures. If you're starting that, what's the most popular business now? If you're starting that maybe jewelry business, you can start with planning. Mondays, you say, okay, for Mondays, I'm going to plan. For Tuesdays, I'm going to work on my content. And then maybe every Friday, you would compile all your orders and send it out. No matter what you're doing, no matter, see, if you don't believe in your business, no other person can believe in it. If you don't believe in yourself, no other person will believe in you. We need to know that these things are readable. People can sense these things, right? So how do we how does tech help us to create systems? Before the advancement of tech, before this tech age, people could not do things called automation. Automation can only exist when you're using technology, when you use CRM tools like Salesforce, right? Salesforce is a CRM tool and an automation tool. What is automation? The most minimal example, right? Imagine when you text somebody, especially maybe on WhatsApp business, and you say hi, and then there's a message in less than 1 minute that replies like, oh, welcome to Cheese's Digital Hub. Here we teach you how to, all those kind of messages. That's an automation. Now that keeps you engaged. Instead of you waiting, maybe the person's offline, they turned off their data, maybe they were trying to sleep, or they're just caught up in their day, right? Instead of you waiting 3 hours or 4 to 5 hours for a reply, that automated message keeps you engaged to maybe when the person comes online. So people literally, with tools like Celzo, you can literally keep on automating your messages like until you get to a point of sale, as long as the person keeps, using keywords. Maybe after the automated message, you now say, send, maybe send interested to activate something, 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 something. Then the person now sends interested. Another message, automated message comes up. And like, oh, thank you for showing interest in Cheese's Catalyst Hub. These are the services that we render. Send 1, 2, 3, or 4 if you're interested in any of these services. And then you're not online. You're not even with your phone. But these are automated systems, automated wordings from your, tool that you're using that has kept this person engaged. And maybe you come online when the person has gotten to the point of purchase, because you keep putting all this, send this for that. Those things are called keywords, and those are what triggers the automation to actually respond. This is how people are actually running businesses now. That's how you can do a 9 to 5. I work in 9 to 5, by the way, but I still co-own my digital product. I still have sessions with my students. I still am able to keep in touch with them because of automation. I don't need to be on my phone 247 every time replying Nkechi and Esther, Joseph and Mary. You would get overwhelmed. It's overwhelming because you're a human being and you're not supposed to, max out or burn out from something that that's how people start doing something with so much passion. And, Hi guys, can you still hear me? Hello Daniel, please can you still hear me? I got cut out.
Yeah, I can still hear you, but your video
Hello?
is off. I can still hear you, but your video is
Yeah,
off.
sorry. Yeah, my network got cut out. Probably to come back on. Just let me know.
Okay.
Hi guys, sorry, my network got
Try and
cut out.
toggle it
Sorry.
on. Try and toggle it on from your end.
Yeah, no, it's rotating. It come on.
All right. All right. All right.
Okay.
Okay, it's up now.
Okay. So basically systems, right? Automate small, think big, let tech work for you. So
Can we go
oftentimes,
for a little break?
most definitely,
All right, all right.
I need that break.
Hi there. What would you do if you needed 10 people, or let's say 100, to buy in on your service or product today? Alright, here's what I would do. First and foremost, I'll create an offer. An offer is simply what people will benefit when they buy from you and how they will get it. Offers include things like the product itself or the service, bonuses, your reward, and sometimes your offer could be self-liquidating. For Hi there. What would you do if you needed 10 people, or let's say 100, to buy in on your service or product today? Alright, here's what I would do. First and foremost, I'll create an offer. An offer is
Uh, all right. The video I was planning to use for the break is taking a while to load. So, Reality, let me bring you back on. Hi, Reality. All
Okay,
right.
hi.
Hope you've drank water.
I drank water, oh my dear.
Hi
All
there. What would
Drank
you do
water.
if you
right.
needed 10 people, or let's say 100?
All right. No problem then. You can go on.
Hi guys, welcome back from the quick break. So here we're talking about how you could let tech work for you by automating your systems. Stop doing things yourself and stop overwhelming yourself. There are tools out there for automation. One of which I would recommend is Salzo. Why? Because it encompasses all the other plugins that you need. With Salzo, you can automate your WhatsApp, you can automate your emails, you can, I think currently we're working on automation for your Instagram as well. You can also do bulk SMSing with Salzo, and it is a CRM tool also that enables you, stay up to date with your customers and not just sell them stuff, but also like, sort of build a community, right? And next here we have is technology, which is the main gist for tonight. What kind of technologies are out there? First off, let's debunk one myth. I've heard a lot of times people say things like, oh, I'm not tech savvy, tech is hard, tech is complicated. First off, who told you that? Did you ever try it and that was what you experienced? Or did you just take it off the wordings of another person? I'm sure it is B. Most times it's always B. But anyways, I'm here to say that tech is not hard. Tech is not complex. And tech is not only for a selected few. For everybody. Some brilliant people, yes, created it so that us that are not as brilliant as they are to have created it ourselves can use it to make our lives a lot more easier. So they literally sat, worked themselves off so that two of us can enjoy the benefits. It's just like the coming of Christ. You know how Jesus came to die so that two of us can enjoy life. Exactly. See, everything is making sense now, right? So anyways, type of technologies that you can use. I would always tell people to first try ChatGPT because it's free and it's like your best friend, something that you can, the interface is easy to navigate, no complexities. With ChatGPT, you can write and you can analyze products, you can come up with ideas. You can do literally almost anything with ChatGPT. So because you're going to be using the free version, of course, there'll be some limitations. But I think for someone who is just starting, ChatGPT is enough for you for now until you probably migrate your skill set. And I don't know if you run a business, a digital product like I do, you should know something. You should have an account with Paystack. Paystack helps you to receive your money and do your financial transacting with Paystack. Also, why I recommend Salesforce again is because they also have this integration for payments that allows you have access to your money without third parties. And then you also have scheduling your posts. So I use Instagram because two apps that we know more is Instagram and TikTok. And okay, with TikTok, you can't actually schedule a post, but you can, save your post in your draft and then post it for when you want to post it later. But basically, these are tools that did not exist as far back as 2000, or they didn't make it that easy for business owners to have visibility. With Instagram, you have like a whole package of visibility. A lot of people even, I mean, if you think about it, most businesses now are online. You barely see physical stores and all of that because I'll use myself for example. I can't remember the last time I walked into a market to say I want to buy anything, clothes or something. I can't remember. I literally have all my vendors. I don't even know them. I don't know where they live. But I have all my vendors spread across my WhatsApp, and I see what I like on their pages. I buy it and they ship it to me. It's stress-free. I mean, it saves me time. It's easy. So why not? I'm getting the quality of what I want. So why not? I go as far as shopping with Amazon, shopping with Jumia for like gadgets and every. So that's what businesses are enjoying now. They're enjoying customers just get to them, which some of these people I just met, I just saw their post on TikTok. I liked their product and I texted, okay, like my skincare brand. I don't know her. I don't know where she lives. I just saw her post on TikTok. I mean, one can say, oh, how do you trust them? Blah, blah, blah. I mean, of course, we live in a world where there are pros and cons, right? But there are ways to verify pages. And I just believe your gut instinct should always guide you through this kind of things. I've been scammed before, like as far back as 2015, 2016. I've had my fair share, however, but in the most recent times, I can't remember getting scammed, right? And if you know you are a genuine person, believe me that people would also sense you to be genuine. Okay, so you can have whatever business it is you're in. This is not tailored to any kind of business. Even if you have a physical store, make videos of your product, post it, create an Instagram page, create a TikTok page, create content. Content is king. How you sell your product is through content. These are the minimal technologies that have, been that is now existing for your businesses to do 10x the normal revenue, because you can now sell. Imagine, I don't know if you guys are aware, but there was a Chinese scandal, manufacturing scandal that happened sometime this month, right? Where the Chinese manufacturers came out and were saying that they're the ones who make products for the big brands that we know, like Louis Vuitton and Chanel, Zara, and all of that. And then some people at that time were, what's it called, taking advantage, and they were directly contacting this Chinese. Imagine, China is far. They didn't even have a passport to go to China. No, I'm sure we don't. However, you can directly book or order from these people from TikTok, from the comfort of your phone. So some people still fear tech like it's jazz. I like to, bring it down home and use terms that we are used to. And other times buy into the lie that it's complex. But you don't need to know it. You just have to start. I've already recommended some tools. If you're a digital product seller, you need to own an account to Paystack. This way it helps if you're going to automate the system. It helps the inflow of your cash to be seamless. You don't have to always send your account number to one customer or the other. It would just flow seamlessly. Use applications like ChatGPT to get you up on ideas, you can even literally ask ChatGPT, how do I start? So I wanted to buy a domain name for my company or my product. Yeah, I had to go to ChatGPT. I'm like, oh, okay, this is my first time doing this, and I want to take it a notch further, and then I want to buy. And ChatGPT, I literally, I'm still waiting to post that series, how I built, and the revenue I did, and I didn't even do heavy marketing. I didn't even do ads and all of that. I just literally did some, because I was just like, it was like an MVP. An MVP means a minimum viable product. It was me just trying to validate my idea. So I literally just did small, and most of my ebook, I created it with Canva. I watched on YouTube how to create a product because I'd never done it before. I learned everything from scratch with just YouTube, Canva, my internet, and ChatGPT. And I made more than 100,000 naira, literally. Aside my salary and every other means of income that I have, that was a sweet giveaway, if you ask me. And I'm able to do this because I have technology. Technology is here at my disposal. And I'm just, like I said, I didn't know how to do it when I first started. But I started with YouTube. YouTube, you can go on YouTube and search how to do this, how to create a Facebook page, if you're that, low on knowledge on how to start on anything, YouTube got you covered. You can go on ChatGPT, literally just type how to do what you want to do, and it will get you going. Okay, digital positioning tips. So you know how we've talked about the technologies you can use, the advantages of it. Now I want to give you a free bonus, right? In 2025, your first impression in digital marketing is your Instagram, right? It's that bad that if you're even going to employ or enroll or apply, right, for a job, some jobs actually ask you to put in your social media handle, and they go to your social pages to see what you're actually doing. So social media presence is now, it's like gold right now. People want, for some people, it's a means of credibility. So they can trust you based on the value you've been, the track record of value you've put on your social media page. So not having a social media presence in 2025 is what's the plan really? It's like asking me, I'm just gonna ask you, what's your plan for yourself? Where are you trying to go to really? So with social media present and Instagram, which is the most popular, and TikTok, which is also the high rising social media application, you need to go and create your profile on there and clearly state your business name or the business or the product or the services that you're offering to people. Just put it clearly. Right, pin 3 healthy content and then put it on. Let that be the first thing that people can interact with when they come to your page. And if you have customer testimonials or you have reviews, like when you do something for somebody and they tell you, oh, thank you, it was really good and all of that, please include that because it helps with credibility. Okay. And then channels for digital positioning, social media, email marketing, paid ad. So how this works is, okay, you created a content, you post it on your social media. If you had a lead funnel that collected your user emails, you can write them emails that, redirect them to the product, the service, or wherever you want them redirected to. And you can still push this forth with ads. You can run your ads using Facebook Business Meta Suite. You can pay a brand like Green6 to help you manage these things. If you feel like, okay, I have the money to do this thing, I want to really take my business a notch higher, and I don't have all the time. That's why brands like Green6 actually exist. They exist to help you do this heavy lifting if you feel like you can't do it. Okay, so make sure you are in their DMs talking about how they're gonna help your business. Okay, mindset shift. So amongst everything I'm going to tell you or you're going to learn, if you cannot conceive it in your mind, if you're not thinking differently, a lot of things are just, it was just words to air, basically, because you're first who you are in your mind before you can manifest. Okay, so like I said, you don't need to wait to blow before you act seriously. There are such things as digital CEO. Know that consistency beats perfection. Stop waiting for it to be all together. Just be consistent. Show up every day. People are watching. People are looking. Even if it's just 1 to 5 views you're getting, don't worry. You've not done it for 1 year, have you? So you don't know what could happen in the 6th month, in the 10th month, or in the 5th month. You are your first product. I don't know if you remember when I said that, I think when we're talking about execution. You are your first product. How you look, how you speak, how you present what you're posting on your socials. In as much as I've never really been a mean person, I don't know. I can just see it, laugh and go, but you never see it on my post because that's not the kind of image I want. I don't need you to see me as a joke. I'm not joking. I'm here to collect your money. I'm here to talk serious business with you. I'm here to change your life, literally. I'm not here to joke with you. So that's me. That's my own brand because I know I'm my brand first before any other thing. So I like to give off the value that my brand is about. Okay, you're your first digital product. No one says you shouldn't post me. Life is not that serious. Yeah. But again, it's up to you to know what you want people to perceive you as. Right? Your character, your clarity, your online presence. My people, it's 2025. The only thing that matters is your online presence. And Green6 can help you do that. They are a marketing ad company, and what they major in is giving you online presence in one sentence. So don't think too much about the many other services they offer. Basically, what they're about is giving you online presence. Okay, and you are your brand before the brand. I said this before, and it's very important that it sinks into your head because before the product you're trying to sell, you have to sell yourself first. And that's one of the biggest skills that there is marketing. Being able to sell something, being able to convey clearly a thought to someone else is very important, right? So practically, I want us to do this. I want you to comment it in the section and tag Green6 and tag Royalty. We'll be looking out for it, and I'm personally going to be interacting with it, okay? Maybe you can take a screenshot of this part. I want you to write down one idea you're going to implement this week, not next week, not next month, this week. Will you automate your orders? And what steps will you take to automate your orders? Will you improve your Instagram? Will you set up a WhatsApp catalog? If you need help with any of these things, I want to believe that Green6 has a team of persons that can help you go through with the processes that you might be wanting. However, comment in the section and, just tag us, and we would work around solving and helping you, do better with your business and automating and using tech for this age. To summarize the key point, things that I want you to go home with, first of all, that the future is ours. The future is to everyone who understands and everyone who starts using tech. We are confident that our marketing strategy will result in a successful launch for our new product by targeting, sorry, that's not my slide. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, however, that brings us to the end of our session. Thank you guys for joining this webinar. Again, drop your answers in the comment section and let us interact with you. See you on the next webinar. Bye. Thank you.
Wow. Royalty, this was amazing. It was over the roof. All right, thank you. So I'll just be sharing a few things I learned while you were talking. You said a lot of things, and I'm sure Stanley was in the comments making a whole lot of comments. So what really caught my attention was the VEST acronym, which talks about vision, execution, system, and technology. Then there's something else you said. You said try to be unique in your pursuit. I believe that if we are unique in our pursuit and also how will I put it now, genuine, okay, it could be a unique selling point for you. All right. Then this other one that it spoke about, I think it's really, really a lifesaver. It's automation is a lifesaver. Yeah.
Period.
I love, yeah,
Period.
I love that. I love that. I remember when I first wrote my book, and I was like, I wrote that book in 2021 or 2022. The name of the book is Make Money from Your Digital Homes. All right. So
Okay.
when I wrote the book, instead of me putting it on Google Drive and then anybody that comes to ask for the book, I'll just do things manually and then send the book to the person. I uploaded it on Seller. Yeah, I
Mm.
uploaded it on Seller. So all you just need to do is just go on Seller, make payment, and you download. And I sleep and I see my alert, check out, and I,
I mean, it is great. That's great.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah, and I see the so when I first heard of you and I heard that you worked at Celso, I was so happy because Celso, yeah, Celso by Joshua Mba. I've been following Joshua Mba for a while now, and I've seen the kind of hard work he. I think we are friends on Facebook. We chat once in a while. Yeah,
Oh,
so I've seen the kind of work he has put into Celso. I think just recently I saw that they added something like webhook to Celso. Like, yeah,
yes, they did. It's part of our new
yeah, and I
feature.
was like, this guy just wants to just make like you not even think about another automation software. Everything you need is on
That is the goal. That's the
yeah,
goal. That's
everything
the
you need
goal.
is on Celso, and I was like, this is
Exactly. We're trying to be that one hub that, because honestly, like you already know, Mr. Joshua Mba is a legend in the marketing and sales
yeah,
industry.
that's
He
true.
has been king of
Yeah,
sales funnel for years now. So he already has understood the struggle of marketers. Imagine at his time when he first started, he had to use multiple tools. He had to be managing, in which just one small phone and laptop, you have downloaded like 20
yeah,
apps. because you're a digital marketer. Will you not rest? And then you're paying for the services of each of these ones differently. So that's where the idea for Selzo was bettered. And you're correct. His dream and goal is that Selzo becomes that business hub, automation marketing hub for your marketing at
Okay.
large. And thank you so much
So
for
how do we
according
connect with
your
you?
Oh,
Just hold
please
on. Let
follow
me let
me
me
on
type that. Okay.
okay.
Instagram. What's the Instagram?
Yeah, Royalty MCC is literally my same name on every
Okay.
platform. TikTok, I recommend people go and watch my YouTube. That's more if you're interested in going into specified technical knowledge like product
Okay.
management. And yeah, on TikTok it's still Royalty MCC. Instagram is Royalty MCC, and YouTube is Royalty MCC. So you can slide into my DM if for personal coachings on finding your tailored technical, if you're somebody who's curious and enthusiastic about wanting to get into the tech space, but you're unsure. I usually would coach people one-on-one on how to find your fitting because not every field is for everybody. And you want that field where you can thrive, grow, and become
Okay.
and serving purpose. So yeah, thank
All right.
you.
Did I get the spelling correct?
How do I
Yeah, it's showing on
see
your screen.
it? Oh, yes, you did.
All
Thank
right. All right.
you.
So please, you can follow Royalty MCC on Instagram, TikTok, X, formerly known as Twitter, and YouTube. All right. So, in case you want to know what we do at Green Sticks, this particular webinar was sponsored by Green Sticks. All right. What we do at Green Sticks is marketing. All right. Marketing and branding, and we also do app development. All right. Not like we have our own app that we are selling. If you want to develop apps for your idea, I think it's best if you just reach out to us and then we onboard you and give you an excellent experience. All right. So, Reality, I think somebody Mr. Olorufemi, Mr. Olorufemi was asking about the name of the app that you were talking about for automation. I typed it there, but you could also shed more light on it.
Okay. Hi, Mr. Ololufemi. I'm sorry, I hope I said your name right. I have a thing with pronouncing names. However, like we just spoke about, one app that I highly recommend because like we already said, Selzo is spelled it's spelled Serlzo. Selzo is your one-stop marketing all-house ecosystem where you can plug in WhatsApp, email, SMS, webhook, landing pages. With Salzo, you can do it all and still manage your customer relationship. So they have really affordable, and the most important thing is we are crazily affordable. I think the first basic plan is as low as 10,000 naira, and you have access to a lot of things on the platform. You can start with that, experience it for yourself. And if you really feel like, oh yeah, this meets all your needs, I would always recommend you go for a 3 month plan afterward. Why? So that you don't have to, it's not house rent and you are not your landlord. So you're not thinking about every month having to renew the subscription. So doing it 3 months at a go helps you take it off your mind and rest. Like Mr. Daniel already said, he's sleeping and he's earning with seller automating his, book selling. So that's what automation would do for
Yeah.
you. Thank you very
All
much.
right. So, Mr. Stanley Elijuba said that he's following you everywhere. I found that interesting. And then Lovehood was asking if it's royalty space MCC. I would advise that you look at the screen, you'll see the correct spelling of the username there. It's royalty MCC, no space, at royalty MCC,
Yes,
no space.
please. No
Yeah. So
space.
please reach out to her there. So I don't know if I'm still checking the comments to see if there are any more questions. I didn't see. So on behalf of our moderator today, I want to say thank you everyone for joining us in our live session today. If I'm very sure that my friend Royalty MCC would come back again to teach us more. To teach us more. I really enjoyed her session. I really enjoy our session.
Thank you
And in
so
case you don't know,
much.
she's also a boss. So she's a founder. She has her own. Please talk about your business. Let's hear.
Okay, thank you so much, first
Yeah.
off, Green Six. It's been an honor being here. I think when I got the offer, I was just overwhelmed because this is what I love to do. I love to impact
Okay.
lives, right? And I I follow your Instagram page. I see your content and they are amazing. There was this video that had me hooked. I'm sorry, I don't know. Maybe I'll just go and comment so you know
Okay.
the video. It was the wordplay on that video was
Okay.
amazing. I was like, no, this is good.
Okay.
So my product is PMC, currently tailored
Sorry, please spell it
specifically
again.
for
Spell it for me.
PMC.
PMC. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, currently it's available. The ebook is available also on Seller, and I give access to my Instagram DMs for anyone who purchases the product. You can join my free community on my Instagram through my bio. PMC is currently specifically tailored for product managers, people who are interested in venturing into product manager, because like I said earlier, as a career, I am a certified product manager and I have 3 years of experience into four, and currently own and work with reputable companies. So I transitioned from product management from industrial chemistry. That's actually what I
Wow.
studied in school. All
Wow.
right. And that's why I
Did I
am
get
so
it well?
passionate about impact. Yes, yes. Thank you so
Okay.
much. That's why I'm so passionate about impacting other people, because I come from the science background and people would always want to say that, oh, tech is so hard. I'm a medical student. I can't do it. I have students that are medical students, and one of my students currently wants to do her master's in med tech only because she started learning product management and she was so in love with it.
Wow.
And
There
she's
is a
like, you
thing
know
like
what?
medtech.
Yes, there is. There is. And that's the awareness I'm trying to bring for people. See, tech is not what has been portrayed that you must be an engineer, you must be in one particular.
Yeah.
No, tech is
Let me
broad,
let me get a
right?
moment.
The
Let me
whole
get a
idea.
moment here. This is my friend. We served
Yes.
in the same school. All right. So he studied
Mhm.
political science. Then a few months ago, I heard he went to the US. And I was asking him, "What are you doing? What are you doing in the US?" He says he's doing computer science, and I'm like, "Political science and computer science, like, what's up? Where is the connect?"
How does it connect? I mean, and the amazing thing is there's actually a thing as the UK Tech
Okay.
Visa only for tech
Okay.
professionals. And with this route, you don't have to go through admission or school or anything. You just have to submit your application. And if the UK sees you fit enough to work in their technical eco space, they actually will give you a visa.
Wow.
That's just free information out there.
Yeah.
For more information, find my social handles. So tech is, I always tell my students one thing, it is endless possibilities. There's so much you can become in the tech space. And it's just like an added skill set to everything that you already know how to do or already are. You can do anything times better with tech. That's what people need to understand.
All right. So since I'm not getting any more questions from anyone, if you are watching the replay, please, if you have questions, write it. Either I respond to it or Royalty would do so for you. All right. So the app I'm using for this streaming session is Restream. So people are watching us on Facebook and on LinkedIn. So this live session is also
Oh,
on LinkedIn. So
okay.
but the comments I'm looking at now are from people that are on Facebook. So I don't know if just hold on. Let me just dash into LinkedIn and see if there are any comments there. Yeah,
Okay.
my assistant is not here, so I'm doing everything myself. Yeah. Okay. All right. There are actually no questions on LinkedIn. Okay. So I want to say thank you so much for the privilege and the opportunity you've given us to share your wealth of knowledge. I don't take it
Okay.
for granted. Don't worry, I'll tell Stanley to send you money for shawarma. Yeah,
Thank
yeah, yeah. All right. Thank you so much. Have a lovely night, right?
was my pleasure. You
Yeah.
too.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night, everyone.